Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crotcheter. This is going to be a little bit of an unusual video because right after I finish speaking I'm going to attach a video clip of my property. It's not a professional video, I'm not a professional photographer or videographer or anything. It's just me walking around my beds, my garden beds, showing you. So if you're not interested in that, you know, you don't have to watch, obviously. But I know there's quite a few gardeners who love to do that, me included. So I'm right after this, I'm gonna show you my gardens. I hope you enjoy, and I will probably try to take a few more videos over the summer and keep you abreast of the progress of my gardens. Anyway, thank you. All right, so many of you have requested that I show you my gardens. I'll figure I'll show you. This is my front bed. They call this the spring bed because this is where all the tulips come up in the spring, and then it's filled in by the greenery like the sedum, and I'm not sure what kind of bush that is, but I took it from another part of the property and just plopped it in there about 2 years ago, 3 years ago maybe, and it seems to love it there. As you can see, little Yoda there. It's full of weeds because my son usually weeds around here and he hasn't done it yet. Let's show you something else. This is our, and as just like last year's video where I showed you my property, the Christmas wreath is still on the door. It'll come down sometime in June probably. So I've been revamping some stuff. Trying to take out certain plants and put others. So I've got some pots in there because I really didn't know what to put in that spot. So I put some seeds in there. I'm gonna have some radishes and carrots in there and some onions. So hopefully that'll come out. And then you have some plants. Now everything is not full yet, but it's getting there. And yeah. Lots and lots of weeding to be done, and as you can see there's lots of empty spots. Like I said, I'm moving stuff around and adding some stuff. Yeah, don't mind the scaffolding, they're working on the roof. So this will all be full, trust me. As you can see there's some bricks there that have fallen off the roof while they were working, so that'll all have to be cleaned up. Let's see. These are my daylilies. Actually, if you go back, these are all mostly daylilies that I have, you know, borrowed, stolen from other people. I go somewhere and I see the beautiful daylilies, so I ask, can I have some? And 9 out of 10 times they say yes. So I've never had to pay for any of those. And then again, I've been cleaning out this section. This was all very, very bushy. There was a lot of black-eyed Susans. As you can see, there's just this row I've left. I'm going to put another plant in there. I'm going to have to thin those ones out. And some more black-eyed Susans, some hosta growing in there. I think I'm going to have to take that hosta out and put it somewhere else. And my first peony of the season is starting to bloom. This is the earliest bloomer that I have. But as you can see, there's a really big one right there. And then more over there. And more at the end. And as you can see, I have, well, we'll talk about that in a second. But over here, I want to show you, if I can get real close. I was watching TikTok and they said that if you use veggies, just leave the bottoms and plant it. So that, my dear friends, I made some leek soup that I bought from the grocery store, the leeks from the grocery store, and all I did was I planted it. And look, this big one right here is about 2 weeks growth. And this little one is about 4 days, 5 days growth. And then the one in the back there is only about 2 days. And I did the same with the lettuce. The lettuce looks like it's taking a little longer. But this is romaine lettuce hearts. Oh, Oscar. Romaine lettuce hearts. that, you know, I use the tops and then I usually throw out the bottoms, but I didn't this time. I just threw it in the ground. But as you can see, sorry, my dogs are in the way. As you can see, it's starting to sprout. I'm so excited. Gonna have lettuce. Anyway, now I'll back up a bit. And my dogs are in the way. So over here, this looks very, very bare. There's some sedum and some black-eyed Susans. Let's try this again. Camera just does not like me. Yeah, so I've been having some issues. I've been having these weird plant things coming up, and they're basically, it's a big root system all under here. So I've been in the process of digging up the roots. So it's all bare now, but I will be planting some stuff in there. And yeah, sedums. My poor little rose bush. It's struggling, but it's still alive. So yeah. And then we go around this way. And look at that peony. She's a beaut. She is so beautiful. Yes, love her so much. Alright, now I'm going to take you around to the side of the property. Sorry about the horrible camera. But okay, so here, this is our backyard. And here, look at this peony bush. She is stunning. She hasn't opened yet, but she will. And the funny thing is, I'm going to show you, I planted the big one about maybe 3 years ago. And that is her baby right there. And same with the one behind it. She has spread to 2 other plants. And let me see, do they have buds yet? No, so maybe not this year. They probably won't have flowers or buds on it this year. But she's, and look, if you take a look, there's another one. And my poor, what are these orange things called? I just planted them 3 or 4 days ago, and my husband did some power washing of these this walkway, and then put some polymeric sand, and I think they got affected because it's really wilting. This is a lilac bush. This bush actually I bought at the garden center, oh, maybe 5 years ago. And it was looking pretty pitiful. I think I only paid like $3 for her. But look at her now. She is so full. And, no, sorry, it's lilac bush. And then this is another lilac bush. I get a lot of my plants on discount at the end of the season, like in the fall, when they're trying to get rid of everything and they get it really dirt cheap. But I really need to do some trimming on this one because it's kind of looking really weird. And then this is a Japanese maple, red maple. But it looks funny because, I'm going to try to show you. So you see all the white bark? Those are rabbits. They've been eating the bark. And then if you take a look, it's very uneven. So they've eaten that top part and left that part alone. And I asked my husband, I said, how did they do that? And he said, snow in the winter. The ground is much higher, so they stand on the snow and then they're able to reach that. I'm like, oh, they're pretty ingenious, these rabbits. They have a tendency to destroy. This is my little, I don't know if you can see that, it's my little hosta patch. Again, I did not pay for any of these hostas. I've taken them off of my friends and my neighbors. They give me a little slip, maybe 1 or 2 leaves, and then I just plant them. All right, again, this camera just doesn't want to work today. Anyway, like I was saying, I did not pay for any of these hostas except for the big elephant ear ones. By the summer, this will be massive. It will dwarf all of the other hostas around it. Yeah, and then got some more river stone that I need to, because this whole area was full of weeds a couple of days ago. I took everything out, de-weeded it, and then our pool area. Yeah, that, if you ever have an idea of putting rocks as landscaping, don't do it, because it is a pain. And then this is a bed. This was all, actually all of this used to be a big bush, like trees, and just, you see how it is in the back over there? That's exactly how it was all in here, everywhere here. And we cut down some trees, made a nice little backyard, put down sod, and grew grass. And then this whole bed is my creation. I don't mind the weeds. I actually did weed twice already since the snow melted, but the weeds just keep coming back. So it's just, again, I did not pay for any plants here. I just cut from other parts of the property or stole them from neighbors and friends. I shouldn't say steal. I begged and borrowed. Yeah, and then some things just really do well out here. As you can see, the hostas. I marvel at these hostas because they were literally, when I got them, they were literally 2 or 3 leaves together, and then I just planted them. And these are forget-me-nots. They come up everywhere. Sedum, all of the sedum that I have on the property all came from one plant. So every year I would divide that one plant, take some shoots, and yeah, then create more. And then we have our fire pit. All of that property's ours. It's bush. We don't really use it much. And then there's this area which for some reason some plants don't do well. Yeah, so you have my Asiatic lilies, which this year I've actually got a handle on it. There's a red beetle that loves only Asiatic lilies, and usually this plant is decimated by this time. But every morning I come out and I pick them off by hand, and while I'm drinking my coffee, and they look like I'm winning. Another peony that I snipped off the bigger peony plants, and it seems to be doing okay. And then another rose bush. I don't know, I cannot remember what bush this is. I have it written down somewhere. And then this peony, in about a month or so, it's going to be massive, full of beautiful blooms. It's going to be amazing. I'll take some pictures then. And like I said, we have our bush. A lot of the trees, as you can see, a lot of the trees, this winter was really bad, and a lot of the trees started leaning and falling. Yeah, and then this, I want to say it's called the Mexican cigar bush. Pretty sure that's what it was called. It was a gift. And then another peony over here. It's funny, we have 2 bird feeders, one here and one in the other bed. And only the little birds come back here because the big birds stay at the front. So the little itty bitty ones, like chickadees and whatnot, come in the back. And this is a plant that was planted probably about 4 years ago. And for the life of me, morning glory. Yeah, I think it's a morning glory. But look at it. It has grown, and just, I'll have to take a video when it's in bloom. It is just stunning when it's in bloom. And then some more plants. Then I planted some cucumbers here. And then this is all empty, recently emptied because it was full of weeds, so I emptied it. Let's see. This is an old tree house that my son and husband built. It's overgrown, probably has raccoons in it. This is a white lilac tree. I love lilacs, love. And this was, again, one of those purchases at the end of the season. I think I only paid, it was only about 4 inches high, and I think I paid like $2 or $3. And then now we come to the veggie beds, which look sparse, but they're not. There's like 2, 4, 6, 8 tomato plants here, which is quite a lot. By the time harvest comes, they'll be like 6 feet tall, full of tomatoes. And I plant marigolds
That was the name. Marigolds because certain bugs don't like marigolds, don't like the smell of marigolds. I personally love it. So I plant that among the tomatoes. These are where my seeds are. We have lettuce and peas coming up, and radishes, and then a big spot in the middle there that I haven't put anything in yet. Those are ghost peppers. Let's see, what else do I have? My sad looking raspberry bush. Believe it or not, even though it looks sad, it produces quite a lot of fruit all summer long. And then you got the front again, another peony plant, and we are back to the front. There's a couple of other beds and pots and things around the property that I maintain, but that's essentially what it is. So yeah, we're back at the front. So this is, I guess, the end of May. Things are starting to get a little full, and yeah, I will take some more video as the season progresses. Okay.